Yo, what's up everybody? Jumping here. Today I wanted to show you guys the most overpowered weapon in Anthem. And I actually should say this is one of the most overpowered. There's other ones that are really overpowered as well. But I'm going to be demonstrating one that is just incredible. It will melt enemies on Grandmaster 1. It will make it a cakewalk. And the weapon I am talking about is the level 1 defender that you start with the Ranger. This thing is such a beast. I know I sound like I'm joking, but I'm actually not. Here's the deal. This thing is actually kind of crazy. This was recently discovered. I wanted to share this with you guys. Pretty much all the level 1 or power 1, whatever you want to say, weapons that you start with are actually like kind of busted. I mean, Anthem has problems. We all know this. The game is kind of broken. And this is just an example of that. Pretty much, the Power 1 weapons, you cannot actually get access to these weapons. I'll show you a quick example. If you take them off, they are pretty much gone. Now, you keep them. That's the thing. You do actually keep them. They will be in your vault, and you can look at them, but you can no longer equip them. So, an example of that, if I scroll all the way down, I don't have it. I don't have it at all. I don't know why I have that blue, but I do not have it. So, I cannot equip it. But what you can do if you want to take advantage of this and actually play around with this, and the reason why I said that there's multiple weapons is because I'm assuming that all of the starting weapons are really good. I had one of my friends using the autocannon from the Colossus, the starting one, and he was telling me that it was also busted. It was just murdering everything really quickly. And I'm going to explain why that is. But if you want to actually go ahead and get that weapon equipped, all you have to do is just make a new loadout. So let's say I made a new Colossus loadout. It's going to ask me, do I want to keep my current loadout? I would say no, just restore it to default. And then it would automatically equip the Power 1 weapons that I had, or the ones that you always will have there. So let's go ahead and talk about this. And that's the reason why I have the default appearance, is because that's what I did. The reason why these weapons, I guess, are busted is because whenever you shoot something with this weapon, it actually, I guess, will scale it down. So instead of it being like high power level, it will actually scale it down to, I guess, like power 1. And you can actually just see this for yourself, because if you're using something like, I don't know, a legendary marksman rifle, I can shoot them with this and then swap over to this, and although this is doing no damage, this is doing such low damage, although it's doing that low amount of damage, it will actually outkill this. This will take forever to kill something compared to what this can do. This can actually kill it a lot faster, which is just ridiculous. I mean, like, let's be honest. Now, the build I'm using here is actually my weapon build. I showed this off a couple days ago. And it's the same thing. Now, you could probably get away with just using nothing but Masterworks across the board, up your power level as much as you can. So that is something you can do. I'm not sure if like upping your weapon damage and things like that will actually make these weapons even better and actually increase their time to kill. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm doing it, so it's not a big deal. The main thing here, and this is actually important, because you might be thinking, wait a minute, can I actually take advantage of this and use it on Grandmaster 2 or Grandmaster 3? No, you cannot. The reason why is because you cannot get to the required power level with this weapon equipped. If you were 475 or 500, I'm assuming you could do good damage, but I did test it and I was doing no damage on Grandmaster 2 or 3 because I wasn't the correct power level. And you can really only take advantage of this on Grandmaster 1 because with all the other Masterworks combined, you can still be over 400 power level with a level 1 weapon. Alrighty guys, well now I'm going to show you some gameplay and you're going to see on how this weapon absolutely destroys everything on Grandmaster 1. Alrighty guys, right now I'm in a dungeon on Grandmaster 1. And I'm about to show you some crazy stuff. So, here's some enemies right here. Let me go ahead and bust out my legendary scout rifle. I'm going to body shot this guy. He's not an elite. Alright, so that was about 3,000. And if I headshot these non-elite enemies, it should actually one-shot them. Now, here's the auto rifle. Yeah, that makes no sense. I did not do 3,000 damage to him right there. And he just got absolutely melted by the auto rifle. So, yeah, we're going to get some elite enemies up here. Actually, there was an elite enemy right there. He got absolutely melted. This thing is ridiculous. Like I said, I think what's happening here is whenever you're using one of these power level 1 default weapons, it will automatically scale the enemy down to like level 1 whenever you're shooting them with it. Now, if I was like to use a power or something, like there's my grenade, it didn't kill them. Like, it's not going to affect my powers or anything like that. It's just whenever I shoot them with this weapon. And if you are curious, I did actually use this in one stronghold just to test it out, see how it would perform. It did fantastic. It was fine. It was just melting everything. When I got to the boss, I was playing with some friends. I told them, okay, you know, let me go ahead and shoot the boss for a little bit by myself just to see like how much damage it will do to the boss. It was doing really good damage to the boss, so that is something as well. Now, the reality is that I don't really need to utilize this or to use this weapon. There's really no point. I have weapons that are really good, and I actually have weapons that can probably out DPS this. Well, not really DPS, because this isn't like great DPS. I'm only hitting for 700 a headshot here. That's not crazy or anything like that. But the time to kill is really high. And I have weapons that probably have faster times to kill than this, like I just do. And I don't see myself actually using this. But this is something that if you have no good weapons, like at all, and you've been grinding, you just can't get a god roll weapon or a great weapon, you could always just go ahead and use one of these level 1 weapons. And like I said, I have a friend, and my friend tried it out on the Colossus with the autocannon, the default one, and he said that it was melting him as well. So it's pretty much the same deal across the board. I personally think the Defender is probably your best choice for any of these weapons, just because it's an auto rifle, it's got good accuracy on it, it's got a nice magazine. It's a really good weapon overall, so I would 100% say that this might be your best choice. But then again, I don't know. It's up to you. You could use, I think you get like a scout rifle in the Storm, autocannon, of course, and I think you actually might get a grenade launcher as well. I'm getting absolutely stun locked to death here on the Colossus, and I think you get a machine pistol on the Interceptor. So those would be like your choices of weapons and stuff. But yeah, I really wanted to make this video to show this off, and it just, you know, talk about how this game is kind of busted like this. Like the fact that you can sit there and grind and grind and grind, and you're trying to get like an amazing weapon. You get one, and then all of a sudden you realize, oh wait, you know, this whole time I actually had a god roll weapon. It's the level 1 default weapon. Like, that's kind of a problem, I think. Like, they definitely should probably fix this, because this is kind of crazy. And I really don't want to advocate you guys to go out and actually use this, because technically this could be considered an exploit. And they did actually not ban, but suspend a player for like 2 weeks or whatever for utilizing an exploit. So I don't want to advocate you guys going out and using this, because at the same time, like, you could potentially get in trouble. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know how you would get in trouble. I mean, come on, BioWare. This is your gun. You gave everyone this gun. It was automatically equipped on your loadout. So fix it. Don't ban people if they want to use it. That's kind of crazy. Like, just fix the problem if you don't like it. But it is nutty that this weapon actually has such a fast time to kill when you're using it. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for the video. I wanted to make it, like I said, just to show this off and tell you, like, wow, this game's kind of busted like this. And I personally don't really need to use this weapon, just because I already have better weapons with faster times to kill, and I would prefer to use those over this. But if you are a player and you have no good weapons, you can always take advantage of this. Just be warned that, like I said, this could potentially be considered an exploit, and BioWare and EA has actually suspended players, I guess, for utilizing exploits. So just be warned about that. I would appreciate it, guys, if you could like this video for me. Be sure to subscribe for future Anthem videos, and I really do hope that everyone has a very nice day, and peace out.